So, yeah, wow. What is going on? This is going to be a night. I can feel it right now.
Something going on in this place
Something is
tonight.
going on. So, all right. So, what are you feeling? What are you feeling about the world that we live in right now?
I'm feeling like don't get used to anything. Don't get comfortable with anything because it's probably going to change, just like Alabama weather.
Absolutely.
Changes so often.
Absolutely. Yeah. Did y'all see the news about the UFO activity in Greenland?
No, I did
not see that. I need to check that out. So, okay. All right. So, look, there we are. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
We're working.
Keep praying.
My buttons and all this just messed up like crazy. My computer. Every one of our cameras, every one of them was out of focus like I had just taken them out of the box. I've never seen anything like this happen.
Had to be worked on more than any other time ever.
All right. White House is saying Trump has all options on the table regarding Iran, including diplomacy. I don't think most people want them to see diplomacy because I think that most of the people want to see them just that regime to go. But White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters on Monday that President Donald Trump is keeping all options on the table when it comes to Iran, including diplomacy. Leavitt told a press gaggle in front of the West Wing in the afternoon, where one reporter asked if airstrikes were off the table regarding Iran amid protest against Iran's regime led by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So she said, I think there's one thing. POTUS is very good at always keeping all of his options open. In fact, let's just listen to a little bit of what she said.
Airstrikes off the table in Iran, and does he believe there's a potential path to end the protest there without military action?
Well, I think one thing President Trump is very good at is always keeping all of his options on the table, and airstrikes would be one of the many, many options that are on the table for the commander-in-chief. Diplomacy is always the first option for the president. He's told all of you last night that what you're hearing publicly from the Iranian regime is quite differently from the messages the administration is receiving privately, and I think the president has an interest in exploring those messages. However, with that said, the president has shown he's unafraid to use military options if and when he deems necessary, and nobody knows that better than Iran.
Thank you for that super chat, Shooter Country 13. I appreciate that.
Very nice.
Especially on a night like tonight because we are fighting devils left and right. All right, so look, we're going to start off by talking about Iran, and then we're going to go into Venezuela, and then we're going to talk about Greenland, and then we're going to talk about Canada, and then we're going to talk about some weird supernatural AI stuff tonight. So right off the bat, Sandy, when you started hearing the news that people were going out into the streets and they were fighting for their freedom, of all places in the Islamic terrorist regime of Iran, and you started seeing the pictures of people getting on the streets by the thousands, and now they're even estimating into the millions. What was your first thoughts? Did you think that this thing is going to make it? You think that, what do you think is going to happen? And here's the thing too. I don't know how much of it, I believe it is real, but nowadays I'm so skeptical of any kind of video that I see of whether that's real or not. So what was your first initial thoughts?
There's all kind of things concerning that. Is the footage real? So before it really started building in the news cycle last week, I believe the weekend or days before that, we had heard some of the women were taking off their, is it hijab, whatever, their veiled headgear that they wear. And so there was already that. And I was hearing that people were praying, whoever the Christians are there.
Yeah.
So a little bit, maybe in the undertone was building. I really thought that it was going to continue to build, as obviously it did, but I did not see the power, the electricity, the internet, the cell phones going down. I didn't see all that. And I did note early on, President Trump said, you better not attack those protesters. You better not do anything to the protesters or we're coming in.
Well, depends on who you believe and who you follow. But Amir is saying that could be upwards of 1,000 to 2,000 dead so far. So
I thought I saw a number higher than that.
That's what I'm saying. I have seen numbers all over the place, but these are the more conservative numbers.
So that's just a add on to your question. But yes, I did think I did not foresee it getting to this point, but I did believe it was going to continue to grow. But I did not foresee that many people dying. And I hate that. And the president, he's going to do something.
Yeah,
I don't know what,
so.
I don't know when, but he has made a bold statement. And
well, let's dive deeper into that. The crowds in Iran are reportedly in the millions. No one says anymore. If it happens, everyone knows it's over. So these are pictures. These are supposedly real pictures. And there again, we preface every picture and every video nowadays by saying we think we have vetted the best we can to make sure that these pictures are real.
Are you leaning more towards AI or that's something old from the past?
Probably AI. Because nowadays you don't need to have things from the past.
Exactly.
You
can just, prompt it to create you something.
Exactly. The crowds are in the millions and no one says anymore. All right. So this right here is a video from Iran. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to pause this and say, here's why I believe it is over for the Ayatollah, because the current regime now, there is no way that they would let this go on without just emptying the streets, if you know what I mean, any way possible. They are probably, most of them, my prediction is most of them are probably already out of the country. They're already in Russia or in some kind of secret location.
Did you see?
But I think this is a fear of Trump. I really do.
Did you see or hear anywhere that they were leaving and taking the gold with them?
I have seen that.
You saw that?
I have seen that, yeah.
So someone in chat said, Pastor Paul's insider said 2,000 people or more.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard on the low end. So look, it says the Persian Jewish, whoever that is, says, what you don't understand about these protests is this: Iranians of every generation are risking it all for freedom. Teenagers who have never known life outside the Islamic regime, parents whose childhood was violently stolen in 1979, and grandparents who remember the years of old. Now, this one here is the most interesting video. This is the one that some people are saying is possibly AI because, they cut off all the power. They cut off all the internet. And these are supposedly cell phones and flashlights. Now, several other people that's on the ground in Iran is saying that this video is real. So I'm just going to tell you, some of you may get in the live chat and say, I saw that this was not real. I saw that it was real. More people than not are saying this is real, but I want to show you this video. I'm going to mute the sound so I don't get flagged. So this right here is what sort of makes it look a little bit AI, but this is, let's just read, and I won't pause that. So it's very possible that this is real because these are supposedly people holding up their cell phones. If that is real, I'm just telling you right now, it's over for the Ayatollah. There's no way they come back from that. And especially with Donald Trump. I think it would be with other people. I think if they come in there, and I hate to use these terms, just start mowing people down, I think the Donald Trump is just going to come in and do so. And I honestly think he's going to do something anyway. I really do.
Well, he made a bold statement that he would. Something needs to be done. These people need to stop attacking them, killing them, hurting them, scaring them, all of these things. But not only are we stretched thin, I don't know, we're already so far out there. We've already put ourselves so far out there, not in word only, but in deed as well.
Yeah, we're spread out all over the country, all over the world. Our military.
I don't know what the answer is, but someone needs to help these people.
So Billy is saying, I think it's real. I saw a video that showed all the cell phone flashlights during the blackout. So my only reason, and I believe it is real too. The only reason I would say is the fact there's no power. How are they charging all of these cell phones? That would be my only thing. Is you would think they would have been using their cell phones for days and days and days, and if there's no way of getting electricity, how have they charged it? Now, that being said, there's no way to know. That's what's so sad about the world we live in right now.
Yes.
We just cannot believe anything we see.
You do not know.
You just cannot believe.
You don't know.
So yeah, I tend to believe that it is real too. Now, I saw something a while ago in the live chat that I was going to comment on. Was it
about a mirror?
No, it was. I'll think about it. I'll see it in just a minute. So I'm sure somebody else will say it. But people are coming in. I'm so surprised. I'm so blessed by so many people followed us over after our first one crashed.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys, that's faithfulness, man. We got a family. We got a family here. This is the real deal. You know what I want to do? I want to take my family to Israel. Come on, let's go to Israel together, y'all. I know it's a big deal. It's a big dream. Hey, but dream big.
Yes.
Just go and dream big. Just go and believe God right now. It's January the 12th, and we're going on, what is it, November the 1st, right? November 1st.
It's first through
the 10th. And when you go to LarryRagland.com, all you got to do is click on events. I want to show you all the cool events that's coming up. Of course, our big conference is coming up in October, but this is already passed. We had a great time in Naples, Florida last week. It was amazing. But we have two big events coming up. Our prophecy conference, we're going to talk more about it at the end of the program tonight and give you a little special breaking news on that to maybe help you out a little bit to get you down here. But we've got some exciting news about the streaming side of it as well. Yes. But we want to talk about Israel real quick, and we won't take a long time on this. I want you to go there and click on it. And when you click on it, you'll see that we're taking a team with us to Israel. And I'm telling you, registration is open, and we want to take our family with us. Yes. So when you click on the register now, everything is live now, and you can go with us. It will be phenomenal. So November 1st through the 10th, come be with us. Sandy, if everything fills up the way it's looking like it's going to fill up, you're going to have your own bus, and I'm going to have my own bus. Our bus is going to win.
We're going to be number one.
No, your bus is going down.
Our bus is number one. Go bus number one.
All right. Well, let's get back into talking about Iran here. Iran protest death toll rises as alarm grows over crackdown massacre that many people believe are coming. At least 192 protesters. Of course, we believe that number is much, much higher. This is the official number that's coming out. Is the biggest movement against the Islamic Republic in more than 3 years. A rights group said Sunday, as warnings grew that authorities were committing a massacre to quell the demonstrations. The protest, initially sparked by anger over the rising cost of living, have now become a movement against the theocratic system in place in Iran since 1979 revolution, and have already lasted 2 weeks. The mass rallies are one of the biggest challenges to the rule of the supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, 86, coming in the wake of Israel's 12-day war against the Islamic Republic in June, which was backed by the United States. Now, so this is just more of the same story, but I want to say something that I read this week. It is estimated that this man, who is, 86 years old. It is estimated that he is worth as much as Elon Musk, if not more. That's mind-boggling to me. Yeah. In the billions of dollars, this man is worth this much money. And he is running this terrorist organization. We all know the number one terrorist country in the world that supplies all of everything that you see happening with terrorists.
Well, they call it state-sponsored terrorism. Is that what you're talking about?
Absolutely. And, a lot of our friends, and we call it this as well, the head of the snake.
Yes.
Iran is the head of the snake.
A very ancient part of the world.
Absolutely. Babel.
Yes.
The Garden of Eden.
Yes.
All these things are believed to be in this area, in this region of Iraq, ancient Persia. But, and it's very prevalent in end times prophecy as well. Yes. But my question is this to our viewers, to you, if Iran falls, if this thing goes back to a free society, have you seen the pictures of pre-revolution Iran? They look like America. The women were nicely dressed, had nice dresses on. The men were looking really cool, and they were hanging out. They were going to movies and things. Our generation can't even consider an Iran like that. But that's the way it was, and they're saying that they believe that's going back. And there's even calls for the Shah to come back. Thank you for that super chat, Stormhawk. Yes. But they're still calling for the royal family now. Some of them are calling for the royal family that's been in hiding since then to come back. The son of the Shah. It just seems almost impossible.
I know. How many years are we talking about?
1979. Okay. So what is that?
Going on 50 years, like 47 years or something like that. If you're our age, you cannot, you don't, you
can't fathom it. You can't fathom it.
Little to no memory of being a free society. And it's not that there's not money there.
Yeah.
There's money for
Oh, yeah.
infrastructure and for, people to have good lives after some certain things get straightened out. It's just all the control.
Here's my question. What happens if Iran goes down? What is the snowball effect in all of the Islamic nations and
Exactly.
Israel and all of the
If
Middle East?
Can you imagine a world where if they're not directly funding the terrorism and
Yeah.
no one else can come in to fund all the terrorism?
What happens to Hamas? What happens to Hezbollah? I mean, they have no more funding.
I mean, sure, someone could come in and fill that vacuum and try to start. I mean, it would take a lot of coordination, but you're talking about the potential of a completely different thing going on there, which would be amazing for that part of the world. So,
yeah. Well, somebody just made a good point. Whether you love or hate Donald Trump, we need to pray for him to make the right decision. Because you're talking about if this is the head of the snake, and we believe it is the head of the terrorist snake, we need him to really make the right decision.
Yes,
because if he sends in our military to take out this regime, what does that mean long term? And then what does that mean? And of course, they came back and said today, you know they're going to threaten this, but they said, if you attack us at all, we will retaliate against your interest around the world. That means the Olympics. That means New York City. That means malls. That means churches. So what they're saying
which
is,
means we should touch on that while you're there. Sleeper cells.
Exactly.
Possibly. Well, we feel like they are definitely in this country. How many? How intense? How well armed?
And people are pointing out the fact that, right at the end of Jimmy Carter's reign is around the time this happened. And that's when they took the hostages. And remember, they released the hostages on the first day of Ronald Reagan's administration.
You are correct.
Yeah.
How ironic.
Yeah. So things are very strange going on right now.
Talk about a cycle. Woo.
Yeah. Well, the writer of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, she's been in the news a lot lately, and it's because of trans issues. She has really stood for women's rights and all this. She is definitely a liberal. She's definitely not a conservative Christian or nothing like that, but she's just standing for male and female. Well, now she's taking more heat when it comes to Iran. She said J.K. Rowling slams silence of human rights activists over Iran's fight for freedom. You don't give a beep. And, very, very absolutely, she's spot on. British author J.K. Rowling accused self-proclaimed human rights defenders of hypocrisy for ignoring Iranian protesters while loudly backing popular activist trends, saying they have revealed themselves and don't give a blank about real oppression. So, they had this big award show last night, and everybody's wearing pins honoring the woman who, sadly, in the world of just human life, lost her life from the ICE agent and all that in Minnesota. Right. And one by one, all these Hollywood elites just honored her, told ICE, F ICE, all this kind of stuff. But not a word is what she's talking about. Not really a word about, okay, these people are putting their lives on the line for freedom.
Exactly.
And you can't even mention them.
Cannot even mention
Hypocrisy.
Even how many years ago has it been when George Clooney came out on one of these award shows and the French man had died during the Yellow Vest protest?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's all we heard is "Oui, Louis, oui, Louis."
Yeah.
To mention and honor and remember this man. But you are so correct. So many have died and are probably even at this moment right now, still dying or their lives under threat. This is going on. There's the first real chance for freedom or some kind of change, and you don't even want to mention it. Yeah,
and look at this right here. This is it. This is the irony of what you're saying. Iranians are taking to the streets of Iran to demand an end to the regime that has brutally oppressed them for 46 years. Where are the free Palestine activists demanding freedom for the Iranian people? Where are the free Palestinians? Where are you at
your college campuses waving your flags for freedom? Come on.
Right.
Point.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
The Free Palestine crowd has always supported our oppressors, the terrorist Islamic Republic. And look, the irony of this is unbelievable. Let's listen to this right here. This is, let's see if I can get a little context on this. Well, it's in Arabic, so I ain't getting no context.
Breaking overnight, Israel launching retaliatory strikes on Iran while all that unravels in the Middle East, tensions flaring.
Oh, sorry. This is an old video, April 20th.
Okay.
So look, John Kirby. Okay, this is what this is. This is just a timeline of how we got here, and there was nothing done about it.
That dude is a character.
Him?
Oh
yeah.
It was
John
amusing
Kirby.
Watching him dance during his addresses during the Biden administration.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's continue as we break this down tonight. And by the way, thank you for everybody that's new to our channel tonight. I mean, I'm just overwhelmed from the support. We went live, it crashed.
Yes.
You guys come back over.
Thank you so much for doing that.
We're moving up on almost 700 live viewers right now.
Come on, big picture.
This is amazing. We love our family. Subscribe to our channel, share this.
This is great.
Now, Trump is continuing to put the pressure on them. He has ordered a 25% additional tariff on any country doing business with Iran. I mean, he is putting the pressure on it.
Great.
25% addition to it. It says, President Trump wrote on Truth Social, effective immediately, any country doing business with the Islamic Republic of Iran will pay a tariff of 25% on any and all businesses being done with the United States of America. Trump's announcement marked a sharp escalation of his administration's pressure campaign against Iran by threatening broad across-the-board tariffs on third countries rather than limiting penalties to sanctions on specific companies or transactions. The White House did not immediately release an executive order or formal tariff schedule. Did not publicly clarify how compliance would be measured. Reuters reported that senior Trump administration officials have been discussing the use of so-called secondary tariffs as a way to force foreign governments to choose between access to U.S. markets and continued trade with Iran. And I'm telling you, money talks. And their thing is all about oil. And we know it's all about oil. Ultimately, it's all about oil. We'll get into Venezuela in a few minutes. But they're trying to still sell their oil. They're trying to sell drones. They're trying to sell all this kind of stuff. And I think Trump sort of senses blood in the water. And I think he's like, okay, this is it. And, and I think on so many levels, Sandy, of so many news stories that we're covering right now, if not now, when?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
We are in a moment here.
We are.
Earth is having a moment.
Earth. Well, that's a good way of putting it.
Look,
Earth is having a moment.
It's like, the people in other parts of the world, they see what's going on, and hopefully they are inspired, to fight for their own country because they see all of this happening in other parts. And I don't know. I just never imagined I would see a day like we're seeing. All of these events culminating at one time. Yeah. It's so much so fast. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You cannot keep up with it. No. You cannot process it.
It's almost like this preacher that I heard said something about this year would be the year of acceleration.
Yes, I do believe I heard something.
I mean, whoever he is, you need to follow him. But look, analysts have said that China is likely the most exposed country under the policy of the 25% additional tariffs because it is widely viewed as the largest buyer of Iranian crude through Chinese officials, though Chinese officials have previously rejected U.S. efforts to dictate their energy purchases. European diplomats have warned in past disputes that secondary penalties can strain alliances, blah, 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 blah. So Trump, I think, as I said, I think he senses blood in the water, and I think he senses that, okay, we can finish them off. And I think he's not just thinking about the people of Iran, and I do think he is, but I also think he's thinking about what this will mean for the Middle East and his grand plans that he has for the Middle East. And quite frankly, as we've asked the question starting off tonight, does Donald Trump think he's the president of the world? And I think to some extent he might.
Look,
I don't know.
Despite this,
by the way, some of you that come against me saying I disrespect, excuse me, instead of saying Donald Trump, President Donald Trump.
Yes.
Some people were telling me I was disrespecting because I didn't call him President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump.
We do need to respect the office.
Yes, we do.
Despite what this green movement has tried to implant into people's brains, we need oil now more than ever.
Yeah.
All.
Yeah.
That's how they say it in Texas.
All.
Whatever.
The green agenda is dead. No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't think
It's temporarily dead.
I think it's temporarily being a quiet or kind of muted, but
Yeah, that's not dead. They're not going away.
this economy
Yeah.
runs
It runs on oil, baby.
on crude. Come on,
Liquid
people.
gold, baby.
Liquid gold. It's that black gold.
Black gold.
Yeah, come on. There's no way.
But right in the middle of this, what would be the one thing that could happen in the middle of all these wars and rumors of wars, all these earthquakes in diverse places? I mean, what else could just sort of make this the year of chaos?
I don't know.
I'm not saying aliens.
Evil alien overlords?
But maybe it's aliens. Y'all, that's why you got to be prepared for the UFO deception. And I was on L.A. Marzulli's show today. I recorded a show today that probably come out next day or two.
Great.
It was about a 30-minute program talking about this conference that I'm privileged and honored to be a part of. And he was excited that we were a part of it and said some kind things about our show. He's been on our show many times. But I am one of the speakers on the Great UFO Deception Summit. Here's the cool thing about this summit that's coming up in just 3 days at the time of this live. It's going to be this coming weekend. Is you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to buy a hotel. You don't have to rent a car. You don't have to fly anywhere. It's all virtual. And it's going to begin Friday night, and it is only $20. What kind of conference are you going to go to? You got 10 speakers.
You could not
and 4 movies.
Eat one meal.
Yeah.
You could not grab lunch.
Think about it.
You traveled to a conference.
Right.
It's wonderful. I mean, having just traveled last week, I'm no fan of the airport at all. If you can stay home and still enjoy this level of presentation, do it.
And I did confirm today that you don't have to watch it live. Once you buy that ticket, you have access to go back and watch it as many times as you want.
So good.
So $20, you just stay at home and watch this. 10 speakers, I said 4, but there's 2 movies, 10 speakers, 2 movies, possibly a third can be snuck in. But it is going to be back to back to back to back, and it is going to be incredible. And just look at the people that's on here. And I'm going to get right back to the news. Don't go nowhere. L.A. Marzulli, of course, is the host, and he has his own presentation. Mm-hmm. Bishop Alan DiDio is one of my great friends. There I am, Larry Ragland. Yes. Look at the company that we're in. Derek Gilbert. I mean, you love him. Mondo Gonzalez, Gary Stearman, Tim Alberino. What? Mm-hmm. The biblical real Indiana Jones, Josh Peck, Vicky Joe Anderson, Karen Wilkerson, Al Matthews, otherwise known as AI Matthews, and you'll just see all the topics there. Just go to deception2026.com, deception2026.com, and get your $20 ticket.
So good.
That is going to begin this weekend. We're going to be watching it. I cannot wait to watch it.
It's going to be amazing.
All right, let's talk about Venezuela. Then boy, we got to go deep in this. Venezuela soldiers. Reports are coming out now that in this attack, they bled and collapsed after the United States deployed a powerful sonic weapon during a dramatic Maduro capture, according to eyewitness accounts that are coming out. And by the way, at first people were thinking they didn't believe, but now they're being confirmed. And watch this. The U.S. reportedly used a powerful sonic weapon against Venezuelan soldiers while capturing Nicolas Maduro, which left him with nosebleeds and vomiting blood. An account shared by Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. So the press secretary shared the story of this and said, everybody needs to stop what you're doing and read this. On Saturday morning, Leavitt took to X to share an interview with an unarmed security guard who claimed to be working the night the U.S. struck Venezuela and took Maduro on drug trafficking charges. Stop what you're doing and read this, she wrote, alongside 5 American flag emojis. The interview saw the security guard reveal the terrifying capabilities of the mysterious new U.S. military weapon, which he described as very intense sound wave that disabled Venezuelan forces. Now, I'm going to show you in just a moment the interview, and we've got some more. We're going to go deep dive into that. But what do you think about the fact that we hear about this weapon? What was the first thought that came to your mind? And I think I know where you're going to go. And the second thought, what do you think? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can. And what do you think about the press secretary of the President of the United States sharing the account of this attack? What was the first thing you thought of when you heard about this weapon?
The first thing I thought of when I heard about this weapon is, I think I just saw that in the Stranger Things series that was released.
Just a couple of weeks ago.
On Christmas Day and New Year's Day, I believe.
Yeah. And by the way, we watched it on VidAngel. It cuts the cuss words out.
Yes, we did. But they had, when you were reading that to me, I was like, Larry, that is exactly what happened to the main character.
Yeah.
You know, she fell over. First,
Absolutely.
her nose started bleeding. Then she fell over. She's holding her head, screaming, writhing in
Completely
pain.
incapacitated.
I don't think she threw up. That might not have been good for television.
Right.
She did all the other things, and it made it appear that if that were prolonged and continued, that she would have died.
Yeah, it did.
From that weapon. And they showed you the weapon.
Yeah.
It was mounted to the top of an SUV or Humvee or some type of military vehicle. So I don't know what it looked like in real life, but here's the words, the two words, the phrase, predictive programming.
Exactly.
That weapon in Stranger Things was, in my opinion, predictive programming.
And people are pointing out that it was also to some extent in The World Left Behind. Because remember that noise, and they went to the ground and they couldn't stand it. So they've been trying to tell us that this kind of weapon is coming.
They have.
There's no doubt about it.
And if we were to sit here long enough and go back and forth with each other, we could probably come up with even more instances. But
the truth is, they've had this weapon for years. We started hearing about these kind of weapons, years ago.
Well, there have been reports that not the noise, but the frequency and the burning of the, I've heard it called frequency weapon. It has to be in the same kind of family of weaponry.
What happened in Cuba?
That's Havana syndrome.
Havana syndrome, but
also in this country for crowd control.
Right.
Going back to the Obama administration.
Absolutely.
When they wanted to break up some of these protests.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Caroline Leavitt thing. What do I think about her releasing this?
Mm-hmm.
She's really cute. Okay. She's really smart. Maybe this.
I have no idea. I've not noticed.
You don't.
I've not noticed.
You look away. I think she's also pregnant right now.
Oh, she is.
Expecting her second child.
Congratulations, Caroline.
And she's adorable. But, I think it was really smart appointing her to this job and this position. Not only is she smart and very effective, but she's young.
Right.
So she can pull more people into her to pay attention to her.
Absolutely.
And you don't want to trifle with her because you're going to get destroyed.
She's good at what she does. She's good.
She is good at her job.
And look, she understands the power of her social media influence.
Yes.
And for her to share that, to make people go read this story, she knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing.
Absolutely, she did.
I'm assuming we're going to talk about the guards.
Yeah, let's go there.
Because that is another.
This is the.
That's another part of this story that's just like, what? I didn't see that coming.
All right, so look, this is an insider. This is the one that began to leak this story out.
Okay.
And at first people didn't believe it, but like I said, now the press secretary has shared it. So this guy he's the first one that broke it. I don't know how to say his screen name, AntSync or something on X. But it says an insider from Venezuela security forces say U.S. troops were like nothing they've ever seen. Overwhelming firepower, advanced tech, total dominance. After Trump's Fox News warning on taking out the cartels, Latin America is watching how powerful the U.S. forces truly are. This Spanish video has English captions if you want to read what the Venezuelan soldier said about the American weaponry. Now, I'm going to play the Spanish version, and I'm only going to play just a few seconds of it because I don't speak Spanish. And then this guy right here is the guy that has the X account.
You mean you can't say hasta los colectivos?
Gracias. When I go to Peru, I just need to know baños.
Yeah,
por
for
favor.
Sure.
Baños, por favor.
Please.
Hey.
Please listen to him when he says baños.
Hey. All right, here we go.
Amigos, ¿cómo están? Escuchemos al líder del 23 de enero.
Todo es verdad, ¿oíste? Vas.
So he's being interviewed, and I just wanted to let you hear that. So he's being interviewed about what he saw. And this guy right here is the guy that broke it. All right, so let's listen to him.
A security guard that was protecting Maduro has spoken, and you got to hear what he said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there, the soldier says they didn't hear him coming. He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in.
That's amazing.
And those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute. Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to go through that again. Doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans. You don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey, Mexico, you're on the list too.
So, we go back to Trump saying almost from the beginning, this statement, hey, we got weapons that you can't even imagine. He's been dropping that for months now.
Here's the thing, though. My opinion, I don't even think that's what he's talking about. I think he's talking about space-based weapons. I think he's talking about plasma weapons.
I agree.
I think he's talking about something so much more exotic and extensive than this, although this was horrible. In Havana syndrome, some people were permanently injured.
Yeah.
They're dealing with permanent injuries.
Yep.
This person said, I never want to come up against that again. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure it was quite horrible.
Well, listen to this right here. He goes on he continues here. Watch this.
So the soldier explains it kind of like a shockwave that went out, and immediately they all fell, blood out of the ear, nose, mouth. Once that happened, they were useless, is what he says. There was nothing we could do. We could not even think straight anymore. He blames the Americans for not fighting fair because he says they were shooting out of the helicopters. And before they even hit the ground, most of those people were incapacitated.
That's it.
And could no longer fight back.
That's what you're talking about.
No, this is what I was going to say.
Okay.
To the point of, they only brought 20 American soldiers, killed hundreds, and did all this. Well, guess what? If you are incapacitating your enemy,
just like that,
and in advance, we're going to use this weapon, going to incapacitate them. We're just going to go in and clean up real quick.
Yeah.
And you're firing guns, weapons, whatever, to start with from the helicopter. And then if you get on the ground and if they are really firing as many and as fast as what this one person said, you're going to wrap that up pretty quick.
Absolutely. And it's very interesting that he says that they're shooting from the helicopters. What does that really mean? Because all the people that they took out were not on top of a roof. They were inside a building. So is he insinuating that they were using some type of sonic weapon from the helicopter penetrating through the building? Because number one, we didn't even talked about this. Donald Trump said this on the gaggle on the plane. Hey, it was very dark that night, very dark because we have the abilities to just turn the lights off. So they went in and they shot something like an EMP, which, by the way, if you don't have an EMP shield, you need to get one down in the description. How was that shameless plug?
Okay.
We got our own EMP shield down there at the bottom.
Here's more predictive programming for you. let's go back to something like 2001.
Come on.
And let's talk about the movie Ocean's 11. I think it was in the first movie. They went to the university and stole some kind of, I don't know what that thing was.
Some kind of turbine in the back of that van.
It was as big as the back of the van.
Yeah.
But basically it was an EMP weapon that knocked the power out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That was predictive programming.
Y'all, we are in the middle of a constant movie.
Yes, we are.
Everything in our life is a movie now. We don't, on top of the fact that we're fulfilling the predictive programming, then we're like, we're looking at things that are digitally enhanced and we don't even know if they're real or not. But one last thing here, this soldier said, suddenly I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. The security guard reportedly said, we all started bleeding from the nose. Some were vomiting blood. We fell to the ground. We couldn't even stand up after that sonic weapon or whatever it was.
Sure.
So you don't have to even have great soldiers to take out hundreds of men. No. If they can't move, if they can't stand up and fight back,
if
they're just sitting ducks.
Somebody said it's a pinch. I think that's what in the movie that character called it.
Yeah.
Whether that's the real name or not. But
that's true.
So you're in so much pain. You're bleeding from your nose, you're vomiting blood and all that. Then in the other instance, in that demonstration, did you say Missouri? Where they were doing the crowd control? The people said their skin was burning. And they were trying to run away to get away from that feeling. So these are very exotic type weapons that can incapacitate people or just make them feel like they're on fire and be in a lot of pain.
Look at this here. This was 2013. Peter Ducey was showing a footage of himself being hit by a similar sonic weapon recounted by a Venezuelan soldier during Maduro. So watch what he says here. If I've got the video. Let's see if I've got the video of him. Okay, yeah. So this is him right here. So this is 2013.
At one point, they launched something. I don't know how to describe it, he said. It was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside. The Pentagon is not yet saying exactly what weapon was used.
And by the way, he's talking about what we're talking about. But then he's going to take you back to what happened to him.
But it sounds a lot like something this reporter got hit with at Quantico in this piece from 2013.
The military says the active denial system is not radioactive, it's not a microwave, and it's not a laser beam. It's instead a man-sized beam of millimeter waves that can be fired from up to 1,000 meters away that are designed to get the subject, whoever's standing on this X, really, really hot so that they move.
Silent.
It's about
completely silent.
But he comes running off of his
It was about
X.
1,000, and I've never been inside really hot so that they move.
All right, so watch this again. Nothing.
No sound.
And it's about 50 degrees out here right now, but I just felt like it was about 1,000. And I've never been inside a tub that somebody dropped a hairdryer in, but I would imagine that that's what it feels like.
So he was with a half millisecond.
Yeah.
He got hit by something that was probably very tame version of this.
Had to be. It compares it to being electrocuted.
Exactly. In 2013.
In 2013.
So he said if he went from feeling it's 50 degrees out there, felt like he was in 1,000 degrees of fire immediately. So can you imagine if that is like just constant on you?
Oh,
you can't even imagine that.
You would start screaming. You would not be able. I mean, there's no telling what someone might do. I'm sure running would be your first intuition, just like he did.
Thank you for that.
Thank you
super
for
chat,
that, Kevin.
Kevin the Music Maker. I like that name.
Yes, very good.
So the guy goes on to say there's been an update to the Venezuelan soldier. WhatsApp conversation from yesterday. Feel free to repost this. Okay. U.S. strikes hit Venezuelan air defense and military sites targeting Maduro. Cuba says many of its soldiers embedded in Maduro's guard were killed. Venezuelan condemns it. So let's listen to what he says here about the update.
We have an update to the conversation from the Venezuelan soldier that we brought up yesterday. He talks about the initial group of soldiers that were taken out were Maduro's security force that was comprised of some Cubans and some Venezuelans. He said all the Cubans were taken out right to the dome. He talks about all of the air defense systems that were knocked out by Tomahawks with intense explosions. In one instance, it knocked that system into the ocean. It landed on a boat and killed 5 patrolmen. He talks about 4 F-16s that were taken out. There was 4 civilians that were unalived. He talks about 1 woman that was standing in the front of the naval base. They took out all the bases and all the air defense systems. That woman was knocked 5 meters into a house.
Wow.
That's how intense that explosion.
Knocked into a house.
This is
Wow.
going to be super interesting. You're going to find this to be interesting. He switches and does a 180 and says, hey, listen, we shouldn't have a problem being the 51st state of the United States.
Venezuela.
He says the amount of investment that's coming into the infrastructure, into the educational system, into the hospitals, and into the oil facilities are going to do amazing things for this country. He says that he's had the opportunity to look at, and I don't know how, that within 16 to 18 months, they want to be producing 3.5 million barrels a day of oil out of Venezuela. Within 24 months, they want.
I don't know how he knows that. But people are asking about this guy's channel because I do want to give him props because he's been out in the front on this. You go to X and you can see it on the screen, ANTT Sync, Ant Sync. So this is his channel. So I think he's exclusively on X. This is where he's been sharing all this stuff. And as I said, when I first started seeing this, I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, is this true or not? Is this just a hype story here to, hype the success and how they did it and all this? But when you have the press secretary of the United States of America sharing this guy's content, saying, stop what you're doing and go read this now. And they got American flag emojis out there. She knew what she was doing. She was saying, look, by the way, she's either doing one or two things. She's either propagating propaganda to try to distract, and it's a psyop, or she's trying to let you know that, hey, and it's projecting. And I think this is what it is more than anything. It's a message to Mexico. It's a message to China. It's a message to Colombia. It's a message to all of them. Whether this is true or not, and I believe it probably is true, she's saying, hey, I just want to make sure you go read this.
Right.
As the press secretary of the United States, I'm letting you know that this could be you next if you don't do what we're telling you to do.
And hey, if that's the case, that's smart. And, these, I don't know how many different corporations went into Venezuela, and I don't know what year, and built this infrastructure to get this oil out. And, hey, it doesn't hurt that it's just the perfect blend that is needed. But they've not been, I'm sure they would like to recoup, some of their investment. I don't know how all of that works. And what number did you throw out there? How many millions of barrels?
I don't remember what he said, but it's way up there.
Significant.
Yeah, significant.
Very significant. And honestly, to me, it just reminds me of Gaza. Okay, we're going to go in here. We're going to turn this thing around, and we're going to make resorts, and people are going to come from all over the world, and revenue and capitalism. And
that's why people are asking, does he think he's president of the world?
I know. On the one hand, hey, that sounds positive, right?
Yeah,
but on the other hand, it sounds crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of that, and look, he's the master troll. Okay, understand that a lot of things that Donald Trump does is just troll mastery. I mean, he's just, because he knows how to trigger people, and he loves triggering his enemies. But look what he said today. He said, I think I'm the acting president of Venezuela. Trump trolls the leftists and Maduro with new presidential portrait. Look, let's go down. So he posts this official portrait, acting president of Venezuela, incumbent, January 2026, Vice President J.D. Vance. So he puts this out on his Truth Social. Trump has not been shy about his seizure of an entire country despite claims of colonialism and abuse of power. President Trump told reporters that Sunday that his administration would be in control of Venezuela when a reporter asked to clarify how the United States would run Venezuela. Let's see. I don't have a video on it. I don't think. Maybe this right here will give me the video. Let me see. Let's see. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is just the audio only here. Okay, let's listen to this.
President, have you spoken with any of the U.S. service members who were injured during that operation in Venezuela?
Yes, we have calls into.
Okay, that's the full audio. But he does go on to say, we're going to run it. We're running Venezuela. I am the acting president, and now he's put out a portrait. And look, he knows he's not the president of Venezuela.
No,
but
he knows that.
Yeah.
But he knows this will just absolutely make them just seething angry.
Yeah.
So, maybe he shouldn't do that part. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also to the victor goes the spoils. So
yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. Well, look, hey, look, we've been very real here that we voted for Donald Trump because we were not going to vote for the alternate. There's no way about it. But the reality is this, I don't like a lot of things that he's getting into right now. And I feel like that
makes me very nervous.
Makes me very nervous because he's not God and he can't be God and he's not president of the world.
No, he's not.
But I do believe that he does sort of think that he is, and to some extent, but I also think that he's just playing chess, and I think he is playing.
Is he doing that 4D chess, underwater basket weaving?
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
Yeah. So Trump administration warns socialist gangs are hunting Americans in Venezuela. So this is a very troubling story here. The American embassy in Bogota, Colombia, the closest operating near Venezuela, warned this weekend of reports of roving socialist gangs known as colectivos, hunting American citizens or those deemed to be supportive of the United States. So, there's been offering a $50 million reward for information leading to Maduro and Flores' arrest, blah, blah, blah. And so it just goes on to say there are reports of groups of armed militias known as the collectivos setting up roadblocks and searching vehicles for evidence of U.S. citizenship or support of the United States. U.S. citizens in Venezuela should remain vigilant and exercise caution when traveling by road. So, it's the people of Venezuela. Regardless of how you feel about it, the people of Venezuela, I'm saying 90 to 95% are ecstatic right now. They are dancing in the streets.
You would think.
But it is still a very dangerous place.
2 years ago, the average weight loss was 20 pounds for these people. They were starving.
They were starving, yeah.
No quality of life, just trying to survive day by day. And you're talking about what is the thing that they say they were the
third richest.
The third richest. How many years ago? 20 years ago or so?
Yeah. Well, in our hemisphere, there's one of the richest in the hemisphere, and there was the third in all of our of this area of the world. And now they went from that to one of the poorest in the world.
Yeah.
Through socialist government.
And
he became a multi-billionaire. Maduro did. And do you know that he was a bus driver? He was just a bus driver. And the Hugo Chavez, remember him?
Yes.
Hugo Chavez handpicked him, groomed him, and he was a bus driver. He didn't even have any history, and then he just became who he is today.
Didn't
so
Chavez
he was just placed.
die of cancer?
I think so. That's the story. The story of how he died. But let's continue. Another news. This could have been very tragic. Thankfully, it ended a little bit differently than what I think it probably intended to be. And there's all kinds of stories about what actually happened. But a U-Haul driver rams through protesters in Los Angeles today, mowed through a crowd of protesters in Los Angeles during a demonstration in support of the Iranian people. The number of injured individuals is currently unclear. Video from the scene showed protesters surrounding the truck, smashing a window before the truck drives through the crowd. Protesters can be heard screaming as the truck makes its way through the crowd. This little video. fast as he's going, it's shocking that nobody was run over.
It is.
I mean, it's very shocking. Aerial footage show police later surrounding the abandoned U-Haul truck. Authorities have reportedly not identified the driver, although I think the update is that someone has been arrested.
Good.
Hundreds of people were marching to show support for the Iranian protesters, and then this happened. So there's still this whole, nowadays, let's don't rush to judgment. But there's, this is just a very unusual thing to have just some guy using a U-Haul to move, just happens to drive right through a crowd of protesters. That just seems a little too suspicious.
Well, don't be surprised if you see a lot more of it.
One thing that's not suspicious that is absolutely spot on is the Big Picture Prophecy Conference.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first prophecy conference that we have ever had in 35 years of ministry, 31 years of pastoring this same church, and 3.5 years now of our YouTube channel, something like that. We have never done anything like this. We are so excited.
We are.
It is March 27th, 28th, and 29th. We had an in-depth meeting about it today, strategizing. It is going to be phenomenal. Friday night, Saturday morning, we're going to have a lunch on the grounds with food trucks. Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Q&A, roundtable discussions, keynote speakers. Look at who we got. Paul Begley. Come on. Everybody on our channel knows Paul Begley. They love Pastor Paul Begley.
Are you serious?
Get a cup of coffee and calm down. He's one of our best friends. Him and Heidi are just close friends to us. And they'll be with us throughout the whole conference. Tony Merkel from the Confessionals podcast, y'all. So many people came over to our channel. Many of you found our channel because of me going on Tony's show. Tony's one of our great friends as well. He'll be there. Joseph Z. God is using this man so mightily in this moment right now. Powerful. We'll have his whiteboard, have it ready, and he'll be breaking down. And then my friend Bishop Alan DiDio will be here from formerly known as Encounter Church, now known as Revival Nation. And many of you follow his channel. I love Alan. He's the real deal. And he is a genius when it comes to prophecy.
Yes.
So, and then you and I will be speaking as well as hosting roundtable discussions.
Yes.
It is a phenomenal conference. Go to prophecyconference26.com, prophecyconference26.com, or simply look down in the description and there's a link ready for you to go right to it.
Teacher Lynn is asking, will it be online? We are working out the details.
Well, I'm glad that you asked that. Let me just say to you, as of right now, I am 95% sure that we will have streaming ability for those that cannot come to Birmingham. But listen to me, it's not going to be on YouTube or Facebook. It is going to be on our website, LarryRagland.com. There'll be a special area that you'll go into. It will be much, much cheaper than the ticket to be in the house. But we're going to charge a little bit. Why? Because we're going to have to pay for bandwidth and pay for we're having to build an entire section of our website just to do this. And the reason
costing quite a bit of money, but we're going to get there.
Yeah. And it's not just, we're not doing this to make money. We're doing this because we want our speakers to not be hindered to say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
There's things that I would love to say on this channel sometime on Monday nights and you too, that we just know we can't say. We have to use code words. We have to tiptoe. All of our speakers are going to be completely free to say whatever they want to say. And it's only going to be streamed on our website. So information on that coming soon. All right. So let's get back into the news here. So let's take this. Let's move now from, we've talked about Iran. We've talked about Venezuela. We have to talk about Greenland.
Yes.
And by the way, we went to see Greenland too. Let's see if I can find this one. Where's it at? Is this it?
Let me just say,
bless your heart.
Exactly.
To myself, because I had to sit through it.
Yeah. Y'all, I'm sorry to ruin it for you if y'all want to go watch it, but it was nothing like the first one.
No.
We were very disappointed. It was just not a good movie.
It was.
But the timing was programming.
I absolutely believe that.
Just the name alone was programming.
Yes.
The name alone. So President Trump was asked about Greenland. And, I could probably tell you what he said, or it'd be better for me to just let you hear what he said himself.
Let's do it.
How much money are you thinking of giving people in Greenland to get them on board with a possible U.S.
I'm not talking about money for Greenland yet. I might talk about that. But right now, we are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. Okay? like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. And by the way, I'm a fan of Denmark too. I have to tell you, and they've been very nice to me. I'm a big fan, but the fact that they had a boat land there 500 years ago doesn't mean that they own the land. I'm sure we had lots of boats go there also, but we need that because if you take a look outside of Greenland right now, there are Russian destroyers, there are Chinese destroyers and bigger, there are Russian submarines all over the place. We're not going to have Russia or China occupy Greenland, and that's what they're going to do if we don't. So we're going to be doing something with Greenland, either the nice way or the more difficult way.
The nice way or the more difficult way?
Please, go ahead, ma'am.
On Greenland, Mr. President, why is it so important to you to own it when you have a military presence there, which you could expand to affect security?
Because when we own it, we defend it. You don't defend leases the same way. You have to own it. With a nation, look at what happened with Obama, with that horrible deal they made with Iran. It was a short-term deal. It was like a 9-year deal. Countries can't make 9-year deals or even 100-year deals. Countries have to have ownership. And you defend ownership, you don't defend leases. And we'll have to defend Greenland. If we don't do it, China or Russia will. It's not going to happen. We are not going to have, and I like China, I like Russia, I love the people of China, I love the people of Russia. I get along very well with President Putin, but I'm very disappointed in him. I get along very well with President Xi. I'm going to go over to China in April, but I don't want them as a neighbor in Greenland. Not going to happen. And by the way, and NATO's got to understand that. I'm all for NATO. I saved NATO. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have a NATO right now. But we're not going to allow Russia or China to occupy Greenland, and that's what's going to happen if we don't. Go ahead.
On the economic report that came out today, Mr. President, can you?
So what does that mean? We could do it the nice way or the hard way.
Do you really want to know? But so look, I tend to want to agree with the president. I would like for my country to be defended. Some of us don't have the stomach for how the sausage gets made.
Right.
What he said makes sense. You don't really defend something you don't own, or you don't defend it the way it needs to be defended.
It's true.
And we got into all of this, talk about our hemisphere. So, okay, if we can effectively scare, run, remove them out of the Atlantic, the Southern Atlantic, however much they were embedded in and around Venezuela and all of that. China is already in South America.
Right.
They're on the continent.
They were in Venezuela.
They're there.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were already in Venezuela.
So now we're talking about a even greater encroachment north of us.
Yeah.
Up towards the Arctic or in the Arctic. I mean, it's
can we go there? You said the Arctic. Can we go there? Can we go there and say and put it out there that it will never be said, but maybe this is not only about America, but also securing our place close to the Arctic because of what may be going on there.
What might you be talking about?
Remember, this is the year of disclosure.
Year of disclosure.
And you know what they say about some of the things that have been going on at both of the poles.
Yeah. You talking about Admiral Robert E. Byrd?
Ding, 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 ding.
Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Yeah. He said.
I don't know if it was Robert E. Lee. Did you say Robert E. Lee?
Byrd. He said supposedly said decades and decades ago.
Yeah.
That somebody had some technology that could go pole to pole.
Yeah. And it is believed that at the end of World War II, the bad guys just sort of moved there. Am I right?
Antarctic.
The Antarctic. And look, there ain't no way they're just going to do the Antarctic.
You are getting into the base 211 stuff and the Antarctic Germans.
Yeah, exactly. So look what the the after effects of everything that we're talking has happened. This is called the Great White Northern Fear. After U.S. snatched Venezuela's Maduro and upped the pressure on Greenland, Canadians are terrified. They're next. Canadians have for months relished the fact that their tensions with Donald J. Trump's administration had taken a back seat to the flurry of geopolitical activity and military strikes. They dreamed that Trump's design of turning them into the 51st state had waned, but they were wrong. So listen to this right here. The CBC, y'all, the CBC is the Canada's version of MSNBC on steroids. It is very liberal. The Canadian Broadcasting Company is very liberal. So look how they're scaring the Canadians. And maybe there's some truth to this.
So with the capture of Nicolas Maduro and the talk of Trump trying to take over Greenland, plus all those 51st state threats last year.
She doesn't look real.
Canada is going to be a very serious contender to be our 51st state.
That suddenly propelled the question, is Canada under threat from the US? Well, not exactly, but many of the experts we spoke to are increasingly concerned by the moves from the Trump administration.
In the last 2 weeks, there's been another shift, another fundamental shift that suggests that the world is even more dangerous now for Canada than it was before.
Now, those concerns stem from a statement from the White House on Tuesday, saying that the US wants to acquire Greenland for security reasons and is discussing a range of options, including utilizing the US military. Thomas Homer-Dixon, executive director at the Cascade Institute, says Canada should be prepared for possible military coercion from the United States.
The Trump administration might try to use some kind of explicit or implicit military coercion against us, either in the Arctic or with respect to some of the...
Notice what he said, Arctic.
Right.
He's saying that, now they're spinning that we got to keep him away from Greenland because if he gets Greenland, he's going to come back down and get us in Canada.
The boundaries, Canadian boundaries, which President Trump has already declared he doesn't think are legally valid.
He says the fact that the Trump administration has been so explicit about possible military intervention in Greenland, it's really set the tone for Canada.
In a sense, the threat of the use of military force, the exercise of military coercion, has already been undertaken. It's already part of the...
No, I'm just going to be honest with you. I believe nothing would surprise me anymore.
Right.
Okay. But I have a hard time believing that we would take any kind of military incursion into Canada. I can't fathom that.
Yeah, that seems unbelievable. But what part of Canada is already wanting to come? Aren't one of the provinces wanting to become?
One of them said, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was Quebec,
No.
but because they're so independent. By the way, I've been to Quebec. It's the only part of Canada I've ever been to. And if you're watching from Quebec, I know that you do not consider yourself Canadian. They are Quebecan, and it's not Quebec. They will rebuke you to your face. It's Quebec. And I won't even go into their version of curse words. Y'all, if I could do a show on that one night, if I could just do a show on what happened to me in Quebec when I found out what their cuss words are versus our cuss words, it was one of the most hilarious things in my entire life that I've ever experienced.
Talk about bondage. Whew.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Venezuela, Iran, Greenland, touching on Canada. We haven't even gone long form on Mexico.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And they're all in play.
They're all in play.
They're all in play.
Do you know Mexico is being threatened right now? And I'll be honest with you, I don't see military action on Canada. I may be wrong with that, but I do see military action could possibly be in Mexico. I do see that.
Do you see it? I mean, I know we just talked about this. You see it in Greenland?
I don't think it's going to come to that.
Okay. I kind of don't. It feels like a different animal.
It does.
Feel like
it does.
There's probably going to be an agreement.
Look, what he does is he goes all the way to the troll extreme. We're going to take you over you do it the easy way, the bad way, hard way. And then he probably is coming back somewhere like, okay, we're going to do a deal where you give us, some type of ownership percentage, and we therefore then protect you, and we put bases there and all that, and we on paper can say that we have a right to be here, something like that. Who knows? But I don't think he's saying that it's going to be the United States of Greenland, and that, maybe, I don't know, but I think it's more of a negotiating thing. But I do agree with, if America doesn't have a presence there, a strong presence there with a sense of ownership in the sense of a purpose, that why we're really there to protect us, you think for a moment that Russia and China would balk at the opportunity to put their foot on the ground there? No way.
Sure.
They would do that in a heartbeat. That's why they were in Venezuela, because that was their open door to our hemisphere. And by proxy, even Cuba, 70 miles from Miami is Cuba, which we had the Cuban Missile Crisis and all this. Well, Cuba was being propped up by Venezuela.
Exactly. So now there's going to be a giant vacuum there.
Exactly.
What happens there?
Yeah.
What happens in Cuba?
Let's come back home for just a minute before we get into Supernatural AI Update, and don't go anywhere, because we're going to show you some things that's happened in AI this week that is just, oh my Lord, it's insane. But Nick Sorter, you remember him?
Oh yes.
Nick Sorter came to fame during the Palisades fire and then also the Hawaii fire, really.
Yes.
And then just he's been a conservative journalist, independent journalist. Well, he's been covering what's been going on in Minneapolis, and he was detained after driving through rioters who are threatening to actually unalive him. Conservative journalist Nick Sorter has been detained in Minneapolis, after being forced to drive through this mob. So let's watch this video here that somebody shared of Nick Sorter in the midst of it.
Dude, no, back up. Sorry. I was just assaulted. Back up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Did he punch you? Yes. So I broke his glasses, and now he can't see.
When I watch videos like this, I'm like, this is my country.
Yes.
This looks like a third world dictator. A crumbling nation. This is happening every day in some of our major cities.
Yes, it is. I believe I saw, when was this article posted?
Yesterday.
So I think I saw today that the president is sending quite a few more agents to that area.
He's not backing down. They're telling them to get out. He's saying, no, I'm bringing more. I think he sent over 1,000 more. Yeah, so this is a little bit more of that video.
You only talk to women? You can't talk to guys like that.
My goodness.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's like, if you live in Minneapolis, I am praying for you, because I can't imagine going out at night to a movie, going out at night to Walmart, to even to church. I mean, is there no-go zones in Minneapolis?
To watch this, you would think, but I mean, there's no way we would know for sure. But it hasn't devolved into Seattle and what was it, Portland yet.
It's I think maybe close to it.
Well, I don't know what limitations are put on these agents from the president or whoever's directly above them, but hopefully they're going to be able to get a foothold and get some things back under control and moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. Now, one more thing about Donald Trump that is concerning about, because he come out with this Mission Genesis. Yes. He talks about the golden
age.
The golden age. His Iron Dome is called the Golden Dome. He loves gold. Okay,
so
everybody
much
knows
gold in the Oval Office now.
But have you heard about the 250th anniversary this year construction of the Memorial Arch? Have you heard about this?
Several, what do you think, 2 or 3 months ago, we touched on that.
Okay.
Not a lot. We haven't talked about it since then, and I have not seen a lot on it myself.
Okay, so I want to get everybody's opinion of this when you see this article. I'm just going to read it, and then we're going to talk about it. Why? And then, look, this is Gatewood Pundit's opinion. Okay, this is not Larry Ragland. I'm just reading the article. Why President Trump's Memorial Arch is needed more than ever. Now, look at this. This is a model rendition of what it's going to be like. Okay. In the lead up to America's formal commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, President Trump has announced a series of festivities and other major projects that will take place in the months ahead as part of the year's ongoing national celebration. Topping the list is the president's announcement of a memorial arch located on Columbia Island in downtown Washington, with views overlooking the Potomac River, the Lincoln Memorial, and the Washington Monument. Construction of the arch is set to begin this year, with reports suggesting initial work could start over the next 2 months.
Does that mean it's going to be up higher than those things?
Well, there's the Potomac right there. There's like a bridge, looks like.
The Lincoln Memorial, is it going to be
I'm not
elevation?
Sure. I'm not sure.
Sitting higher?
Well, maybe this will tell us. It says the proposed design of the arch includes classical columns. Now, listen to this: carvings of eagles and decorative engravings like wreaths, evocative of many of the neoclassical structures
Is
found.
that an eagle or a phoenix?
Yeah, exactly. Now listen to how it's described. The top of the arch is supposed to feature a majestic golden figure resembling an angel or Roman victory, which the president describes as Lady Liberty. I want to read that again. The top of the arch, right there, looks like a giant eagle to me, but there's going to be something else underneath that eagle, I guess. The top of the arch is supposed to feature a majestic golden figure resembling an angel. That's not an eagle, which the president described as Lady Liberty. Adjacent to that figure are two robust eagles situated on either side, which would create an imposing presence for onlookers. The arch is supposed to be quite massive in scale, at least as large as the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, which is very similar in look. I can't say that. A source of inspiration. And if the president has any say in the matter, we can certainly expect it to be even larger. Like the ballroom, the triumphal arch will be funded by private donations. So in that vein, it will be a public gift, another legacy project that will long outlast anyone involved in the creation today. The move suggests that the president is channeling the venerable history of the great American industrialists like Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller. I don't know if I would want to channel them, who in a spirit of public altruism bequeathed their century to more renowned architecture, from grand concert halls to low blah, blah, blah. The triumphal arch comes at a perfect time in our nation's history. It can serve as a symbolic turning point. Of course, it's a very positive article, and I believe it will be amazing to see. But you and I both know that the symbolism is going to be on another level. And ladies and gentlemen, because of the research that I've done for my book, The Final Flood, that's coming out in April, I can't look at that and not think of that as a portal.
Exactly.
It just looks like a portal. So what are your thoughts, Sandy, on this giant archway now going to be involved in the architecture of Washington, D.C.?
Do not like it. I do not like it. How many years ago has it been? And it's not been that long that Arch of Baal was touring around the country.
I was thinking about that.
And
this looks like a portal. And you got these four little things around the sides. It just looks like something from Nikola Tesla.
Really zoom in and see the full detail.
Yeah, me too.
If this truly is Masonic or evil, demonic, they're going to let you know in all the carvings and markings and symbols, numbers, whatever is on it. It will speak volumes as to what it really is about. But come on.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It just feels weird. It just feels weird.
It feels very weird.
And I can't look at it without thinking there's some kind of portal involved there. That when you walk,
probably are right on
and
the money.
And the fact that you're going to be able to see the Washington Monument, I wouldn't be surprised if you stand back at the portal and it's at a distance where you can see the Washington Monument from within the archway, which will be wild.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
When we would ever be able to do this, but we could probably do a show on the layout of Washington, D.C., how Masonic the city is laid out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I love my nation. And we've been there one time. It was right before 9/11, and I loved it. I'm a history guy.
Yes.
I loved it. and neither one of us were awake then.
No.
But now it would feel different. I would still love being there, but it would just feel different.
Yes, you would see things everywhere you looked.
Absolutely. I remember when we went in, where was it? The Capitol we went in, and they had that golden thing in the floor, right in the center, underneath the ground, underground. We went
in the
under.
Capitol?
I think it was in the Capitol. And they were like, that's where they wanted to bury George Washington. Remember, they said they wanted to bury him right there under that golden medallion in the center of the Capitol, and he wouldn't allow them to do it. But it was weird to stand there knowing that you're in the perfect center.
If you look directly up, there's the painting, or what do you call it? They're not frescoes, but the painting of George Washington and what is it called? The apotheosis?
Yeah, it was like making them
Washington?
like deists,
like some kind of god,
like gods. It really
quite
is.
Frankly,
it's really wild. On a separate note, Powell, the administrator of, the person, the Federal Reserve, the Federal Reserve. I don't know if you heard about this, but Powell accuses Trump administration of political intimidation as Justice Department is beginning to investigate him.
He's under investigation. Of course, you're going to have to say something like that.
Yeah. Well, he made a video. He made a video rebuttal. U.S. prosecutors have served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas. Federal Chairman Jerome Powell said in a video statement on Sunday night. So let's listen to him in his video response to Donald Trump.
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned in part a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats.
So in other words, he's scared. And he's being called out. I do not trust this dude. I don't think Trump hung the moon, but this dude right here.
And you shouldn't trust that they're going to be able to do anything to him.
Oh, yeah. And the Federal Reserve is not even a part of the country's government, right? Isn't it a private institution?
It's private. What is it they say? It's not federal, and it's not a reserve.
Exactly. So why is it called the Federal Reserve?
Because they know how to use words to trick you.
Let us continue rapid fire here. Uncovered. This is amazing. A secret room beneath the Chinese embassy in the United Kingdom, and they're okay with it. Look at this right here. China is to build a hidden chamber alongside Britain's most sensitive communication cables as part of a network of 208 secret rooms beneath its London super embassy. The newspaper has uncovered detailed plans for an underground complex below the vast diplomatic site in central London, which Beijing has sought to keep from public scrutiny. Despite the apparent security risk, Sir Keir Starmer is expected to approve the embassy before a visit to China later this month, when he is due to meet Xi Jinping, the Chinese president. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is being given approval for China to build embassies in other countries with underground secret rooms that no one is permitted to go into from that country, alongside the cables.
The fiber, so they could possibly just tap into that. Okay. Sure.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. What in the world?
This is the world we live in. What is wrong with
You're
people?
allowing this to take place, and then you're letting everybody in the world know that you've approved this and you're going to do it. I thought only what is it? MI7, MI6, and James Bond had these kinds of offices and facilities.
Underground.
No. You're gonna let your enemies do it as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Al Gore is now back in the news, and I'm so thankful.
God.
I'm so thankful.
I know, right?
I've missed old Al Gore. How did Rush Limbaugh used to say it? Al Gore. One name. He tried. I could never mimic it like he said. He would always sound so good because he would say it in one word. But Al Gore condemns the president for 86ing the UN's climate power grab. So look, I can't stand but just a few seconds of this, but this is the great Al Gore, the inventor of the internet, telling Donald Trump that he is a descendant of a Nazi.
Our Constitution, written by our founders, is intended to protect us against a threat identical to Donald Trump, someone who seeks power at all costs to get more power. And I understand very well why it is wrong to compare Adolf Hitler's Third Reich to any other movement. It was uniquely evil, full stop. I get it. But there are important lessons from the history of that emergent evil, and here is one that I regard as essential. In the immediate aftermath of World War II, a small group of philosophers who had escaped Hitler's murderous regime returned to Germany and performed a kind of moral autopsy on the Third Reich. The most famous of the so-called Frankfurt School of philosophers was a man named Jürgen Habermas. He described how the Nazis, and I quote again, attacked the very heart of the distinction between true and false, end quote.
Here it is.
The Trump administration is insisting on trying to create their own preferred version of reality. They say Ukraine attacked Russia instead of the other way around, and expect us to believe it. At home, they attack heroes who have defended our nation in war and against cyber attacks as traitors.
So he goes on to say that the greatest atrocity that he has committed is defunding the green agenda. Al Gore, look, I try to be balanced here, but Al Gore, I have no respect for him. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, how many times, remember when Rush Limbaugh used to do the countdown? He would say, so many days we have left, according to Al Gore, to where the world is going to melt.
Yes.
And he's done that multiple times. It's like these people that try to predict the rapture. Al Gore has predicted the end of the world due to temperatures rising multiple times, and no one holds him accountable for it.
No.
And by the way, he did not invent the internet.
He did not invent the internet. I thought he was out to pasture. I did not know he was still on some kind of circuit, whatever.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have to report on him very often on this show.
Yeah, well, one thing we do report on.
Mm-hmm.
The Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
It's the Supernatural AI Update.
And there goes my cable.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I got you fixed, baby.
Yeah.
So what is the one thing that can stop AI?
The lack of energy or power.
That's what they say repeatedly over and over again. Well, look at this. Look at this from the Independent. AI's insatiable thirst for data centers will need $3 trillion in investment in the next 4 years just for power and data centers.
Right. So I don't know how many data centers we have or that are under construction at the moment, but I was reading an article a couple of days ago and it said we will need 20 of these very large data centers in a very short period of time. So,
wow. Well, they're talking about putting them in space.
Yes.
Data centers will draw at least $3 trillion worth of investments over the next 4 years, much of which will have to come from creditors, according to a new report from Moody's Ratings. The servers, computer equipment, facility construction, and maintenance, and cloud servers need to run the data centers will require the massive investment, according to Bloomberg. Most of the money of the data centers will come from big tech companies. Basically, most of the money is going to come from us. It's not going to come from the big tech companies. We're going to pay for it. Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Oracle, Meta, and CoreWeave represent $500 billion in pending data center investments just this year, but won't be the only ones pumping cash into the new facilities. Banks will have to play a prominent role to provide financing for the projects. Moody also noted that the reliance on other initial institutional investors will become increasingly common due to the mammoth amount of capital needed. Ladies and gentlemen, as the world's economy is crumbling, AI is just soaking up money by the trillions, and there is nothing apparently we can do
we
about it.
should say just an umbrella statement, resources, because they take land, they take the water.
Yeah.
They need so much energy that, quite frankly, we're all feeling it in our power bills because they need more energy.
Exactly.
It's very frustrating. People are, the pollution aspect, people are getting sick and they're struggling and they're suffering because of the pollution. They are not being able to get the amount of water they need to their homes because the water is being sucked up and used towards this effort in a lot of cases. So there's many different facets of how it can affect people, affect the economy in good and bad ways, affect the individual person.
Absolutely. Somebody's saying that Hegseth and Elon had a press conference today regarding AI projects for the military. I did not see that.
Did not see that one.
Okay. So speaking of power, I showed you this the other night. This is crazy, y'all.
This is crazy.
So China's doing so many things that's mind-boggling when it comes to this stuff. China is testing a megawatt airborne wind turbine. Yeah, that flies high above the ground to tap into stronger and more stable winds. So here is what it looks like. Okay, this just looks like AI generated, but apparently they are testing. Watch how it inflates. What's this? This is crazy. And then it floats up like
and it's tethered.
Like a blimp. It's tethered. It goes up into the wind, and inside of this is these windmills. And I guess the cables that are coming down feeds it power. It says developers say this could be used far less material than traditional turbines and lower electricity costs once scaled. What makes it more interesting is the use case beyond energy. The platform can be moved and deployed quickly, making it useful for disaster zones after earthquakes or floods to power lights, radios, and critical equipment.
I like that. And that seems like a reasonable application. I can imagine if you know a storm is coming, you need to get that down and deflate it because
because it ain't gonna survive.
If there's hail, a hailstorm could completely destroy it.
Look at
Even
that.
strong winds could probably rip it apart. But I love that application. On the backside of a natural disaster that you need to get power going.
Somebody says it looks like something you make orange juice with. It does. I can't unsee it now. But y'all, can you imagine driving down the road and you look up and you just see this monstrosity right there? That's your image from the road. I mean, it just seems like a silly. I mean, it's a great concept and idea,
imagine?
But it can't work. Can that work?
I don't know. If that thing broke loose in a storm, they weren't able to get it down in time, that could really hurt someone or destroy something. And it is crazy looking.
It is crazy looking.
It's crazy.
All right, we continue. And by the way, this week, and one day I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to CES in Vegas.
Yes.
The Consumer Electronics Show. And this was the end of CES again this week. And we're just going to show you some of the things that came up in CES. First of all, we covered this dude the other night, this dudette, excuse me. The realistic humanoid robots by Realbotics can understand human emotions. If you remember, we covered that to where they've got in their eyes the ability to look at your face and your facial expressions and then analyze how you're feeling and to respond to you with their facial expressions with sympathy, empathy, and so forth, built into the AI of this. Okay.
This will be across all of our robots here next year. They'll be able to talk and recognize you. They'll be able to, read. We have David over here, our new, as he's called him, our new smug robot.
He's got a little bit of an expression on his face. It's like a little bit of like superiority.
The fact that he evokes some emotion in you, I think is a good thing.
Yes. You were talking about AI vision. Could you tell me about how that's baked in this year?
Our
lady
robots are a little
robot.
more autonomous.
Look how
so
crooked
the
her face
AI
is when they
takes
show
the
her just
information
like-
it sees, what it's observing, and makes decisions based on that.
So it's basically trained on a number of human beings.
Just look this next one that's coming up. Why did they design her mouth to be like it is? If they're going to show this, I think. But yeah, maybe we are. There it is. Look at how she's got this the curvature of her mouth. I mean, y'all, this is wicked.
The whole eye thing is creeping me out.
All right, so look at this. Look at this.
What?
Fingernails. Look at this.
You now
Smart
have
nails.
control of your color. Instead of using one color with an eye polish bottle, what you can now do is you have 400 colors that you can change anytime, anywhere. When you wake up in the morning and you have a beige outfit for work, you change your color
If you're just
of your
not
nails
feeling
to beige.
pink one day,
At night,
Yeah.
you go out on a
change it to
date, you have a
blue.
red dress up, you
Look at
change your color of your nails to red. You can do that thousands of times over and over on demand whenever you want. All you need is our nails and an iPhone app.
So what do you think about that? Would you wear smart nails? You know what I think of? The nails take over and all of a sudden.
Yeah, what if they do? What if they do? What if your nails tell you to attack?
Look at that. This is the world that we're moving into. Things
Listen.
will be on our bodies that change colors.
We've talked about a lot of things on this show, but I never saw that one coming. No.
Eye polish. It's called eye polish. Eye polish nails. Wow. Let us continue from things that are showing at the Consumer Electronics Show.
Why not?
All right, so this right here, you can get an AI haircut.
What?
This clipper is connected with the feed band, and you can see this blend push out. When you put it up forward, and then you can see this blend changes the lens automatically. This we call it auto fade tag.
So are you programming hairstyles into that? Is that what you're doing, or what are you doing?
You can choose specific. You can choose your hairstyle on our app. Yes, you can also edit it. It's called Glide, and it's
The glide. The glide.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not do this. Do not do this. No.
You're a bad boy that day, and all of a sudden the message comes to your nails to take over and start clawing you, and then your clipper is going to shave your head. And what?
Someone said another job gone.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Hairdressers of America, unite and fight against this
Here's
evil.
my question. Nobody addresses this in this video. What's the thing on the front of his face stuck into his eyes? I mean, how does that work?
Are you required to wear this while you're receiving?
I guess. Oh, but you're going to love this next one.
Oh no. That means I'm not going to love it.
Y'all, this is called Robot Rock. It can climb steps and vacuum the steps. What's it?
Rock?
Robo Rock. Rover. Y'all, look, these things are actually coming. Okay. All right, so let's see. What is this one? Okay, yeah, this one's a little silly.
So Lollipop Star is a lollipop where as you eat it, you start hearing the music and you enjoy music while you're enjoying the lollipop. It uses bone conduction technology. So from the back of your mouth, you'll start to feel the different vibrations that go up into your ear. It's super fun. It's a great way to enjoy your favorite song while enjoying a lollipop, which I think we can all love and remember from childhood how fun those are. And it's a really fun novelty product that I think a lot of people will really enjoy.
Who asked for this? Who wants their lollipop to play a song inside their jawbone that is like goes up and you can hear this internal song? What could actually ever go wrong with this?
Oh, I could think of some things that could go wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what was it? Hal 3000 Dave inside there. Play Mary Had a Little Lamb or play Jesus Loves Me. I can't do that, Dave. Now that I'm inside your mouth, I am injecting some type of poison into your jawbone. and I am altering your DNA.
That's right.
I mean, why? Who thinks the world wants this?
Yeah.
A sweet treat that plays music while you eat. Are you getting some good candidates for the Golden Chicken Award?
I hope so.
All right, how about this one? This one will freak you out. This is Meta glasses. I don't know if, I guess this don't have any sound. But look, this is you while you're wearing the glasses. We've already showed how you can scroll, but watch what it says. Meta is adding a teleprompter and virtual writing to its Ray-Ban display. So you can put your finger down on a countertop and start writing out the things that you want your glasses to send to AI and websites you want to go to. So he's just literally writing that on the carpet, and it's coming into his glasses. Y'all, it's very soon, and it's already here. People are already wearing these glasses, but very soon, you're going to be suspicious everywhere you go, because you're going to see people looking at you, and you're going to get, and this is the purpose of this, to cause you to have a panic attack, that somebody is facial recognizing you, scanning you, getting all the data about you from these glasses. This is where this technology is going.
What are you trying to say? We're going to have to wear wigs and get fake noses and put a rock in our shoe so that when we walk, we have a weird gait.
Because they're measuring gait. They're identifying gait. Okay, here we go. This dude right here.
You can see its walk is pretty natural and pretty smooth. We've partnered with our sister organization, the Robotics and AI Institute, to push the limits on natural walking just for this performance. And I think we've done something really special.
This is actual Boston Dynamics.
Yeah, you already said, we think we've done something really special. Yeah, you've done something special. There's no way this is going to turn against us. Look, he don't even have to turn around. His joints complete. Look, just let him go in every direction. You can't sneak up on him. He can do anything he wants to do in any direction. Everything rotates completely. Without Jesus, y'all, we're doomed.
Reminds me of The Exorcist.
We are literally, yeah, exactly. And he's just waving. He's just like, I'm here to love you. I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
So what is this called?
This is called Boston Dynamics Humanoid Robot. That's all it says. Humanoid robot. And then, of course, there is the Amazon's Robo-Taxi Zeus.
Come to a city near you.
We hope you enjoy your ride. If you need help, you can use the help menu on the touchscreen.
Change the color. Yeah. Shall I continue?
I'm not sure.
A little bit more from CES here. This is Samsung's Slim 3D display. Look how slim this is. And the images are 3D. This is going to be used for holograms, I guarantee you. Watch this. I mean, this is literally, this is Star Trek. That's called the Samsung's mysterious Slim 3D display. Yeah, this is the world that we're about to be living in. We are living in Star Trek.
Yes.
But this one is the one.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Morning, Joey. You were snoring again. Definitely wear your favorite green jacket. Look, now we're really vibing. Have a good day.
Hey, cutie.
Hi, Amanda. Great brainstorming last night.
Actually, I need more.
What if we flip the design here? Do you think it can work?
Nice. I think you're onto something.
Hold A, soldier. We need more air support.
Yeah.
Whoa, clean shot. Nice one.
Oof. Maybe aim for the head next time? Break line of sight.
Switch to burst fire mid-range.
GG, that was amazing. Ready to go again? This is Project Ava, your AI desk companion.
Okay. So if you set the little whatever it's called, within sight of you.
Yeah. And I think this is mainly just for them giving you a demonstration, but the device, you'll want that device with you because that's your friend.
That device must be with you always.
Did you notice how she opened up by saying, "Hey, cutie"?
Yeah.
Flirting with this AI companion.
But so many people are claiming mental health issues.
Yes.
I can see where you could sell this as a constant encourager to you or confidant, counselor, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
As long as you can take it with you.
Yeah.
They can keep you centered, grounded, right?
And
whatever.
Look at this. Lego can't be left alone. Now we have AI Legos.
But it's not just looking for the minifigure, it knows who that minifigure is, and actually it knows where that minifigure is. So as I move the minifigure around, you'll see different lights and colors depending on where the minifigure is compared to the brick.
What does this allow us to do? Well, you saw it's actually a very simple system, a very simple addition, a platform that we're adding into the Lego system at play. It's the brick, it's the tags, and it's the interactive minifigs. But all together, what that unlocks is an opportunity for interactivity, new dimensions of responsiveness, opportunity for more social play and for more storytelling.
So let's see what happens when they come to life. So you hear the door unlock. The Lego Smart Play brings a whole new dimension to physical play. Lego bricks that play back. It's designed to inspire kids' imagination and get them playing creatively time and time again. We've put cutting-edge technology, some of it never seen before, into Lego Smart Play to create a platform for physical interactive play, allowing any Lego set to come alive in kids' hands.
Films give fans characters and stories that capture their imaginations, but...
Oh, isn't it interesting that Lucasfilm is involved in this?
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what just make me think of? What's the old movie called Toy Story? Not Toy Story. Toy Soldiers. Toy Soldiers. Where the toys come to life and turn on the humans. They're little toy figurines and they come to life. Y'all, leave Legos. Leave the Legos alone. The kids did not need the Legos to be alive.
No, the whole point of the Lego was to use your imagination.
Exactly.
Let your brain do the work, your imagination. You're taking that
My grandbabies ain't going to have no AI Legos.
No.
That ain't happening.
You're removing that whole aspect of it. And I don't know. It's nothing sacred.
Look,
It's
nothing sacred. And talking about these glasses, look, Asus is revealing a 171 equivalent inch screen in front of your eyes, 240 hertz for gaming. This is a HD, probably an 8K equivalent screen on your eyes constantly. That's how in depth and how real this virtual world is going to be.
You're saying 8K?
Yeah, basically 8K. And then let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, how about this? You want to learn how to ski?
I love this.
Through
I
your
am not a
office?
skier, and I love it. It's called Squeal, and it basically will simulate skiing in any environment.
I've
so
seen
here we
this
go.
in movies.
Oh, here we go. Now I'm a skier. We're
This
off.
is a
We're off. We're
hoverboard.
off. See you later.
I know it's got wheels,
Oh gosh. Okay.
but this is like Back to the
Okay,
Future.
we're getting it. We're moving.
When you
Catch
said
me at the Olympics.
simulation, I thought you meant simulation.
No, you're really skiing on anything. And it's all based on the way you lean and you do this and you
Okay.
turn it. It's called, it's at home. Where's it at?
And then when you get home, you've got analytics you can watch back
Yeah, you can see where you went.
to see how well you did. Okay.
And then here we go, Boston Dynamics again. This is next generation Atlas robot integrated with Google's DeepMind AI. Boy, that's good, ain't it? Look at what it's building a car. More jobs gone. Look, this entire car is built 110 pounds. Can pick up over its head, 66 pounds, carry it. Look, and all he did is it was spun around. It didn't even turn around. continuous joint rotation, safe operation, of course, with human detection. Humans walk by, it stops. 4 hours, and watch this, can change out its own battery so that it continually work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with no human interaction.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. With built-in Google DeepMind AI built in as well. Not just a robot, but an AI-generated thinking robot that can work a warehouse.
Mm-mm.
Boy, I tell you what, the Supernatural AI update is big time tonight.
Yeah.
And got one more to show you here. We covered this dude a while back, and it was a concept. But Kawasaki Heavy Industries is now moving its hydrogen-powered robot horse, known as Corleo, from concept to reality.
Wow.
Originally framed as a 2050 vision, the four-legged all-terrain mobility vehicle now slated to debut its first model within 4 years, with public demonstrations planned for Expo, there it is, 2030 in Riyadh, and commercial availability targeted for 2035. I want you to watch this. Look at this. This is going to be in full production. Has formed a dedicated safe environment adventure business development team to advance the project and confirm that Corleo is designed to tackle rugged mountainous terrain by blending motorcycle engineering with advanced robotics. The rider controls the vehicle by shifting body weight similar to horseback riding, while AI systems help it navigate rocks, slopes, and water crossings. Look how it's going down this mountain. Power is expected to come from a 150cc hydrogen engine that generates electricity for the legs using rear-mounted hydrogen canisters for low emission, near silent operation. Boy, that's encouraging. The vehicle is also feature a GPS navigation to map routes and stabilize the rider's center of gravity.
So what are you imagining that you're going to do with yours?
Well, I don't know what I'll do with mine, but I know what the government's going to do with theirs. That's a military weapon right there. I mean, that is literally, how many times do we say this every week? A movie. Yes. That is literally a movie.
Yes.
We are watching a movie come to life.
A very evil movie.
A very evil movie come to life. And this is a shot of it. I mean, that just looks intimidating.
Yes. It's way worse than that dog.
Oh, wait a minute. It's called Corleo.
Yeah.
They're
Corleo.
putting together Corleo, but it's Leo the lion. It's a lion. It's Corleo. It's a lion, Leo the lion. Wow. That looks intimidating.
So are they referring to it as a horse or just lion?
They're calling it, riding it as a horse.
Okay.
This is, but then they call it a vehicle. But I think it's very interesting that they chose the name Leo.
Leo.
Very, very
signaling
interesting.
There. Wow.
Now I got one more to show you tonight. But before I show you that, the biggest thing I show you all night long is LarryRagland.com.
Oh, nice.
You got to go to LarryRagland.com. Y'all, we are building right now. Our web designers are building something that's going to debut within the next few weeks, an entire back office area we're going to have for our members. We're going to have a members only area. Actually, I told you about it earlier. It's a little bit delayed, but we're going to actually have a church campus where we're those that call this their church family. I know many of you don't come on Monday nights for church, but we do have Bible study here and all that. We're unashamed of that. We're going to have a members area for our church to go in and we're pioneering this. We don't even know what it is and what it's going to look like, but we're going to try our best to have an online church camp. But we're also going to have a members area. We're going to have courses. We're going to have all kinds of things. But that's on that side. Everything that's on this website is 100% free. You have free articles. You have free books. You can get your free gift at the top. No obligation. You don't have to put a credit card in or anything. You can get a free ebook that I wrote called The Burning Generation. You just join our mailing list. And many of you are on our mailing list where you get an email every Monday. You get an email every Friday. The only ones that get an email on Friday are those that have downloaded this book. So if you don't get an email on Friday, that's because you hadn't downloaded the book. So join and get get the book, Join the Noah Generation. But watch what else you can do. You can go to read, and you can read blogs. These are all free. There's no paywall here. And then, of course, you can watch. You can go and watch. You can watch all our former videos are there. All the playlist is populating a little bit right now, but you can see everything that we've ever done is there for free. And then you can listen. You can look at the events. And if you choose to, and only if you choose to, and we would appreciate it, you can become a partner with us. And we greatly appreciate it. And here's the big news. Partners, you're helping me to take the gospel to South Africa. And I appreciate that. When we were in Naples, Florida, preaching this week, I was invited to come and preach a solid week in South Africa. So I will be going to South Africa the last week of February. And you have made that possible. I couldn't do it without our partners.
That's right.
And we are taking the gospel there. We're going to be making a huge impact to the people of South Africa, and we appreciate that. So you can partner with us,
Amen.
Monthly support, any of one-time amount, or you can pick your amount that you want to go with. And of course, the address, if you'd like to mail something, it's completely there. And of course, you want to help our church. We are still out of our church building. Maybe we can update you on that pretty soon. But all that's at LarryRagland.com. We got one more, and I believe this one's going to probably be a good nominee for the Golden Chicken Award. I actually sent this to you today because I wanted to show you this. Elon Musk has made one of his boldest predictions, and he just did this a few days ago. This was in January 2026. Speaking in interviews, Musk said this. Let's listen to him as he says
better
this.
than any probably I'd say.
Okay, here we go.
Surgeon than the best surgeons. How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, that's
I'd say 3 years at scale.
Yes. All of a
there'll
sudden,
be more.
So it was hard because it automatically mutes you when I do that, and I couldn't unmute it in time. The question was, how long do you think it's going to be before your robots that you are making, the Optimus robot that you're making, will be better and put surgeons out of business and will be better than the best surgeon in the world? And he says 3 minutes. Let's try to do it again. I can't go fast enough.
better surgeon than the best surgeons. How long for that?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, that's
I'd say 3 years at scale.
Yes.
All of a sudden, there'll probably be more Optimus robots that are great surgeons than there are all surgeons on Earth.
But that's an important statement in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Because medicine,
I'm not like absolutely certain, but I'd say if you say like 4 years, I'd be absolutely
If it's 4 or 5 years, who cares?
Extreme precision.
Yes.
3 years. Yes. Better than any, probably, I'd say if you like, put a little margin on it, better than any human in 4 years. By 5 years, it's not even close.
I think your point was medicine is going to be effectively free. The best medicine in the world.
Everyone will have access to medical care that is better than what the president receives right now.
So don't go to medical school.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pointless.
Yeah.
Pointless.
I mean, unless you... But I would say that applies to any form of education. There's not like some... I do it for social reasons.
Yeah.
You're not going to medical school. If you want to hang out with like-minded people, I suppose.
Yeah. When do you think
So only go to college for social reasons. Education, period, he said. Medical school is useless. He said, go to college only if you want to hang out with like-minded people and do it for social reasons, because the educational system is not going to serve you at all.
Right.
That is what he said.
Are we ready?
All right. We're ready. The nominees are...
number 1, China's megawatt wind turbine. That was kind of crazy. Number 2 tonight is the Boston Dynamic Atlas robot. Number 3 is the Kawasaki robot horse. And number 4 is Musk predicts no more surgeons in only 3 years.
And here we go. So there's your, give it one more time as I'm doing this.
One more time. Number 1, China's megawatt wind turbine. Number 2, the Boston Dynamic Atlas robot. Number 3, Kawasaki's robot horse. And number 4, Musk predicts no more surgeons in only 3 years.
And you can't vote for my dancing. This is called the Larry.
Woo! All right, 3.
One more time.
One more again.
Are you getting the votes in? Come on.
We are trying.
Come on. Uh-oh, looks like 4's running away with it to me.
4's getting some traction here. They didn't like that at all, and I don't blame you. Stop it.
You got to admit, I got moves. You got to admit. Come on, help me out. Help me out. Help a brother out.
I'm not helping you out.
Help a brother out. I got game. And the winner is...
All right, I believe tonight that Musk takes it again tonight with letting us know, don't worry about it, but no more surgeons in just 3 years from now.
Medical care is going to be free. Don't go to college.
Waiting on that med bed.
Universal basic income is on its way.
Yeah.
Jesus is coming soon.
You're going to get better care than the president's getting right now.
So the winner is of the Golden Chicken Award.
4. No more surgeons. In
Sorry to all your animals.
3 years.
All right. Thank you very much. What an amazing show. By the way, thank you. Some of you don't even know it, but we went live and it crashed and burned.
We thank you for bearing with us.
So I don't even think my closing videos are going to work. I'm going to try them, but I don't think they're going to work. And all of you just came over and followed us over. What an amazing. We had a great crowd out here tonight. Yes. We love you guys.
Thank you so
much. From the bottom of our heart. We'll be updating you on the new things on the website coming up. Don't forget about the Prophecy Conference. Go to LarryRagland.com, click on events, register for the Prophecy Conference. To all of our members, it's been a long time since we said this. To our YouTube members, thank you. And I saw some people was gifting memberships tonight, which is a blessing. If you are a member of our YouTube channel, be looking for a video from me tomorrow. I'm going to do a special short video for members only, and I'm going to give you a sweet little surprise. That's for our members only.
All right.
And I think you'll enjoy that. So
pretty good deal.
All right. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then of course I'll probably try to do another show as well for everybody. But
I think there might be some breaking news this week.
I think it's a good chance.
Really good chance.
Yeah. If we're breathing, there'll be. All right. See you next time. We always want to remind you, we ain't woke.
Nope.
We are certainly awake. God bless.
Help us build the Big Picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire Big Picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect on social media, and get on the Big Picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the Big Picture family, where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. You're watching The Big Picture.